Hey everybody, thank you for joining me for another collective reading. For this reading, I'm going to focus on the opportunities you have coming towards you or opportunities you can create for yourself if only you were to change your perspective or you were to take a different approach, okay? So Spirit Guides, what opportunities does the collective have in their lives at the current moment? What opportunities does the collective have currently? Thank you very much. Opportunities for the collective. Speak out, communicate, and solve conflicts. This is green, representing the heart chakra. I also see green as representing the throat chakra because the throat chakra is ruled by the planet of Venus, which is ruled by Taurus, or which rules the sign of Taurus, which is about greenery, new life, abundance, springtime, earth, beauty. Communicate and solve the conflicts. Finding the path. You're the driver and the navigator. Okay. So a path indicates that there is a starting point and a destination. It seems like as you begin to speak out and communicate your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas, you are going to be on the right path or the right track. So some paths are straight and narrow. Some paths are circuitous. Some paths diverge, then converge. But the point is the destination is still the same. It seems like by speaking out, you are beginning the journey. There's an opportunity to use your voice to carve out a path for yourself. And you're not sharing your voice to start trouble or to create conflict. You're sharing your voice to solve conflicts. It could be helping people deal with their cognitive dissonance. It could be helping people to deal with relationship issues. This could be on a personal or interpersonal level or socially, sharing your voice or speaking out to people close to you, friends, family, co-workers, relatives, spouse, lovers, or people in society. But this is your path. You are strengthening your voice. This is two greens here. Greens representing the heart, speaking from the heart. The throat and the heart chakra combined, speaking from the heart. You're the driver and the navigator. So you're the one who is setting this course. Your ability to reach your destination is contingent upon how honest you communicate, how you're communicating, if you're solving problems or creating problems, if you're speaking from your heart. The destination. You could be starting a journey of self-healing to get in touch with your true voice or your authentic voice. So the starting point could be you're very shy, or you don't speak out enough, or you have a hard time articulating your thoughts, or you may be a bit too brash when you speak, or whatever, right? There's a starting point where there may be an issue with communication, or you're not speaking honestly. The end point is for you to use your voice to help solve problems in society. Share your ideas, your vision, your intellect with either your friends, family, close ones, co-workers, or the greater society. But it's up to you. You're the driver and the navigator. So you're the one who's in charge of this whole process, this whole journey. You determine how this is going to go. Finding the path and speaking out. Some of you guys may have an afflicted Mercury. You guys have Chiron and Gemini. Mercury in debilitation or in its fall. Mercury square Neptune. Moon square Mercury. Saturn square Mercury. Saturn conjunct Mercury. Saturn opposite Mercury. Mars square Mercury. There's something going on with Mercury here. Mercury is being afflicted by either a transit, like a progression, or an aspect to another malefic planet like Mars or the Moon or Saturn or Uranus or Chiron even. The Chiron and Gemini generation was born in the 1980s. But if you were born in 1970s, for example, you have Neptune and Sagittarius for the most part. So if you have like Neptune and Sag, you could have Mercury and Sagittarius or Pisces or Virgo or Gemini. That would give you an affliction. If you have Neptune and Capricorn, if you're 80s baby, a millennial, you may have Mercury in Libra, Cancer, Aries, or Capricorn. Some of you guys are distracted. You guys get distracted easily. That's why this is here. If you set a goal or have a plan or have a destination, you'll be like impervious to outside distractions. If you speak out and you receive like blowback or negative reactions, or you're afraid of that, that should not matter if you are on the right path. If you've established an endpoint here, what's the point of these conversations? Why are you speaking out? Are you just, speaking out to start more trouble, or are you trying to solve problems? You're the driver and the navigator. Yes, you have to be tactful and respectful and considerate of people's feelings. But if you're speaking from a space of authenticity, you can expect to trigger people to some extent. Because if you're speaking from your heart, you're going to touch their heart too, for better or worse. You're going to trigger people for better or worse. And that's okay. You can't be afraid of that. It's not the end of the world if people don't like you for what you have to say. You guys may have a very powerful voice. Mercury aspecting Pluto. We'll see. All right, Spirit Guides, more insight, please. Opportunities coming towards the collective as it pertains to this message. Spirit Guides, Divine Messengers, Archangels. Please continue this story. What opportunities are coming towards the collective who resonate with this message? Finding the path. You could be on the path to becoming a motivational speaker, a teacher, a preacher, pastor, educator, influencer, relationship expert, therapists, counselors. Thank you very much. Opportunities coming towards the collective. Now remember that within every opportunity is a challenge, and within every challenge is an opportunity. You can see that here with this path. Within every opportunity is a challenge. The challenge could be to change yourself, your attitude, your perspective, learn something new, get out of your comfort zone. And within every challenge is an opportunity, right? What are you learning from this challenge? How can you use this challenge to build your character in some way? We have epiphany. Seek clarity. Speak clearly. Communicate and solve conflicts. Gratitude. Be grateful for all that you have. An illusion. Embrace the truth. Yeah. When you speak the truth and you speak from your heart, you're going to trigger people. But you have to be okay with that if your intentions are good. Be grateful for what you have. Meaning, even if you receive blowback and you receive negativity, or be grateful for the experience because you're learning from it. The epiphany is to seek clarity. You guys may not have known which path to take. Once you experience gratitude and see, okay, so we have, hold on. Illusion and then epiphany, sorry. Illusion and then epiphany. You've been living in an illusion for quite a while about your value, your voice, who you are, your significance, your relevance, your intellect. You don't see yourself clearly, which is why you don't think that your voice has any value or that people want to hear what you have to say. This is going to bring you abundance in some way. I don't know how. It could be friendships. It could be romance. It could be new opportunities. It could be money. But once you see that you've been living in an illusion, Neptune, right? Sometimes Jupiter, sometimes the moon. Once you see that you have not had a clear understanding of who you are and your purpose, you'll start to speak out more and be more confident in your voice. And as you seek clarity, you're helping others to experience clarity too. Conflicts are caused by like a misunderstanding, a lack of clarity, right? Stubbornness, ignorance potentially. But as you do this, you'll start to become grateful. It's almost like you start to appreciate yourself or see your value because you'll be at peace. You may attract some form of abundance or opportunity, a new job offer, relationships, money. Something will come your way to reward you for your courage. And then you'll be grateful for that. You'll be grateful that you followed this path. It's not going to end in ruin and destitution and fear and pain. If you are in alignment with your true path and who you are as a teacher or as a guide or educator, writer, something in that nature. Communication isn't just verbal. You can have written communication. You could be a musician. You could be an actor. There are many different ways to communicate. Spirit guides, I need more insight, please. What opportunities does the collective have in terms of speaking out and finding their path? Opportunities for the collective. Archangels, thank you for your support. Spirit guides, thank you for your support. Okay. Let me just do this first, because much better. Opportunities, strife, yeah, conflicts. I think this is internal. You could be afraid of conflict, afraid of people not liking you for what you have to say, because your perspective is so different, or because it's controversial in some way. Kind of like Tommy Sotomayor or Kevin Samuels or, you know, people like that. Donald Trump or whatever. The devil. This is a fear of like strife. You could have an afflicted Mars, afflicted Saturn, Saturn in Aries, Saturn in Cancer, Mars in Libra, Mars square Saturn, Mars square Neptune, something like that. Strife, the devil. Okay, listen. If you receive blowback or negativity, it is a sign that you're on the right path. The devil is testing you to see if you have the fortitude to stand on business. If you want to be someone who's respected and powerful, you can't be a coward or a punk. You got to stand on business and be okay with hurting people's feelings sometimes. Be okay with losing out on opportunities because of your perspectives or your opinions. You got to be okay with that. The devil's going to he's going to bring you strife. You're going to have to fight for your own voice, for your right to express yourself. I didn't say curse people out and start shit. I didn't say that. You're trying to solve problems, not create them, right? If you're trying to solve problems by bringing attention to them and awareness to them, then it's going to create conflicts. But the goal is to solve issues. It's to make sure that people know where you stand and to help inform people or to educate people or to enlighten people and liberate people. The devil here is not about liberation. The devil does not want you to use your voice to liberate people. The devil wants to keep people bound, stuck, and trapped. This is the pentagram. The pentagram is upside down here. This is an inversion. You see that upside down pentagram here? It is upright here. The devil is going to create strife for you because it does not want you to liberate people. The strife could be internal. It could be external. It could be circumstantial. It could just be random situations that pop up that distract you from what you're supposed to do. The devil does not want you to use your voice to liberate people. So it's going to try to deter you or distract you or scare you by way of negativity, either negative feedback, negative commentary, ridicule, criticisms, arguments. That's what the devil's job is to do, is to make sure that you don't express yourself or use your voice to elevate people in any way or to free them. Elevation, liberation, freedom. The devil does not want that. It wants humanity to stay here, stuck, trapped, afraid, lost, confused, emotional, irrational, fearful, afraid of change. Number 5 represents Mercury, communication, change. If you change the way people think or their attitude, their belief systems, what may initially happen is they'll get triggered by that change and they'll get upset, or they may feel hurt or attacked or whatever. That's not your concern. Your concern is making sure that you're speaking with clarity, you're speaking honestly, and you're speaking with the intent to solve problems, not create problems. You're going to have strife. The devil is sending it to you. The devil wants to turn this pentagram upside down so that it can keep you afraid and stuck and locked down, and thus humanity afraid and stuck and locked down. You have to use your voice to liberate people, to elevate them, to make them more aware, more conscious, or more knowledgeable about something. That is your responsibility. That's your job. That's your path. Once you do that, you will attract more abundance. You'll have more to be grateful for. 10 of Swords, ruin, loss. The Hermit. Very intense. Very intense. The devil is going to test the F out of you. What I said earlier, within every challenge is an opportunity. Within every challenge is an opportunity. You may lose your job for speaking the truth. This is like a nurse who speaks out against, or who's a whistleblower who's talking about the insurance companies and corruption and racism and so on. You may lose your job by speaking out. That's the test. Are you willing to stand on business to liberate and elevate humanity? Are you willing to sacrifice what has been holding you back and tying you down and imprisoning you or trapping you in order to help other people and even yourself. The Ten of Swords, this is Gemini energy. Then the Hermit, we have Mercury, Mercury, Mercury. You could experience some sort of loss. You could lose followers, you could lose friends. That usually happens when you speak the truth, if you don't know that, right? You could lose money, relationships, whatever. If you begin to speak from your heart and speak honestly from a place of authenticity, of love, could be tough love or not, and what you're saying is controversial, you could lose a lot in the process. But you have to be okay with that, because the outcome is going to be positive for you. Abundance, like I said. Thank you. Three of Cups, abundance. Establish strength, standing on business, new opportunities. Thank you. We go from the 5 to the 3. 2 wands are missing. This is a new idea, new project, new creative endeavor, new opportunities coming your way. You're going to, this is 2 threes here. This is Jupiter energy. Good luck and opportunities coming your way. Emotional abundance, and this is also courage. Having the courage to stand on business, and now new opportunities come. You're going to have to let go of something. There's fear here. You see all this? Y'all saw this? I was like, damn, the devil. You got this fire here. Something getting burnt. This is a symbol for Mars. I didn't see that. This is war, conflict. Something getting burnt. Something getting lost. You got the Hermit. Damn. And all of a sudden, 3 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. A whole new beginning. Something has to be burned away. This is a purification process. But again, the devil will test you, and it will make you lose your job or your relationship or your channel, your followers, whatever, right? You may be punished for this because you are liberating people, and people who are fearful don't want to be liberated. They want you to tell them what they want to hear so they can stay in their little bubble and stay like complacent and blind and like willful sheep. The devil likes sheep. The devil doesn't like warriors or leaders. Doesn't like it. He wants you to stay dependent on it, tied to it, serving it. Serving the devil is like serving your lower nature, which is fear, ignorance, anger, right? Shame, possibly. And that's where the devil wants you to stay. It wants you to turn this pentagram, which is representing you, upside down. Your voice, inverting it, making it negative. Again, I'm not saying start shit for no reason. That's not the point. Don't go around attacking people just to start trouble. No. If you're trying to educate or inform people to liberate them and elevate them in some way, then you're on the right path. I mentioned the path could be circuitous. The path could be divergent and then convergent. Be straight and narrow. This is, unexpected stuff. You could lose a lot in the process of being authentic to yourself. But you can't worry about that because you're not doing it for this stuff anyway. You're doing it for humanity. And then you'll be grateful for everything that you've acquired. Not just your stuff, but the experience itself. The character building, right? That it takes to stand on business, especially if you were raised in an environment where you weren't allowed to speak your voice, or you were bullied or told not to speak unless you're spoken to, something like that nonsense. That's not your concern. If you go from the 5 to the 3, that's 8 wands. Rapid activity and movement, rapid change, progress, positivity, right? The devil here and the Hermit card, this is 15 and 9, that's 24, that's 6, that is the Lover's card, a choice. You'll have more choices. There's a choice to choose one path or the other path. You can stay quiet and complacent and silent and miserable, or you can take a risk, 5 of wands, and speak out to solve conflicts, to fix problems, right? That is your path. It's not going to be easy because, again, you are basically starting trouble. You're a whistleblower. You're rocking the boat, as they say. But that's your job. And you're not doing it to hurt anybody. You're doing it to enlighten people, to raise their consciousness and their awareness, to free them in some way with information. Information and knowledge is liberating. We're now in the age of Aquarius. This is Uranus and air, or Saturn and air. Liberation and freedom, right? Ingenuity, creativity. Being free from the binds of Saturn, which is Capricorn. Now you're in Aquarius. It's almost like this is kind of like Prometheus being tied down, crucified. This is a crucifixion symbol too. I didn't even notice this. What is going on here? I'm seeing things. We have wow. I didn't even notice that. This is the North Node. If you guys see it, the North Node, my eyes are really bad, so I can't see like faint images. But as I'm talking, the symbols are becoming more bright or stronger. I can see them better. We have the North Node, Saturn, and Mars. The North Node represents your life path, your destination. Saturn represents sacrifices that you have to make to reach your North Node, to reach a destination. That's the North Node. That's what's here, the path. There's a starting point and a destination. You're the one who's establishing what that is. So don't start this journey without having a destination or goal. Don't start just popping off at the mouth for no reason. Like, what's the purpose? What are you trying to do? Right? What's the plan here, long term? So you're going to have to sort of like lose some things or sacrifice some things here, Saturn, sacrifice, in order to gain some stuff. Gaining abundance and power. This is an established strength. Now you're waiting for your ships to come in. You've made the sacrifices. You've rebuilt your life. Now you'll have abundance. Thank you. Okay. Clarify the Strife card and the Devil card. Strife and the Devil. Opportunities for the collective. It looks intense, but it's going to end really well. This is like a dark night of the soul situation. How's this coming out? Ace of Swords. Once you start speaking the truth, you're going to cause problems for people who want to keep the same old system. They're going to try to shut you up, or they'll try to punish you either financially or socially in some way. You can't worry about that. It's almost like an angel is giving you the sword. You're protected. The Moon card. Yeah, cutting through the confusion and the delusion. There is an epiphany here. Seek clarity. Illusion here. Embrace the truth. Ace of Swords. There is a truth that is being spoken. You're doing it. Either at your job or relationship or in your family. And it's going to hurt some people's feelings. That's too bad. You're not doing it to hurt anybody. You're being honest. To help people and to free them from their own ignorance. Or their own fear. Right? It's as simple as that. I remember years ago, back in the 90s, my parents raised me and my siblings. We were vegetarian. We wore our hair natural. We didn't get perms or anything. We were made fun of for that. Not all the time, but it was, it was the 90s. Everybody had perms. Everybody ate meat or beef or pork. We didn't do any of that back then. And we were made fun of for being so weird and different. And now everybody's doing it. The ones who are the first to speak out are usually attacked the most. So they're the strongest ones. They have the courage. Afterwards, everybody else, follows along and tries to piggyback off of what somebody else started. That's fine. We go from the ace to the 10. Speaking the truth will end a situation. You may lose your job. You may end your marriage or relationship. You may lose your platform, whatever. Lose money. Something is going to be lost. But it's worth it. You'll be grateful that you did this. You'll have a lot of gratitude for that. Because you'll be free to. Clarify the Ruin card and the Hermit. Ten of Swords and the Hermit, please. Please clarify the Ruin and the Hermit card. Clarify Ruin and the Hermit for the collective. How's this an opportunity for them? We have victory. Okay? Your loss, whatever you're losing, whatever you're sacrificing is a victory for you. Because whoever is like walking away from you or leaving you, they were going to hold you back from this path. Straight and narrow. Everybody can't go there with you. Victory and material trouble. Yep. So this is you losing your job, losing money because you're being honest. If you work in a nursing field, profession, a teacher, law enforcement, a relationship, whatever, you being a whistleblower is going to cost you financially. And it could cost you depression. Cause you depression and, anxiety in some way. But at the end, once you reach a destination, whatever that is, right? Before you start to speak out, have a goal in mind. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to set up for yourself? What is the point of all this, right? Because once you do that, you'll be on your way to reaching your destination, okay? Make sure it's a big destination too. Clarify the abundance card and the established strength card, please. Abundance, we have the 9 of Wands. This is a hard-fought victory, great strength. So we have established strength and great strength, 9 of Wands. Standing on business. Now you are strong enough to deal with the Magician, your haters. You're strong enough to manage the prosperity, the abundance, the opportunities that come in your way because you're not afraid of people's opinions anymore. You've lost a whole lot. We go from 6 to 9. This 3 is right here. 6 plus 3 is 9. So you're ready. This is character building for you. You're building up character right now. And this has to happen. You could get, it's like somebody who's in Hollywood. They speak out about the corruption in Hollywood or in the music industry. I'm thinking about Drew Dixon. Drew Dixon was an A&R representative for Def Jam in the 90s. And Russell Simmons assaulted her. And she spoke out against it and pretty much got blackballed. She went to, I think, Arista next. And then she went through a lot of harassment. And she was essentially blackballed, or she just walked away from everything because it was too traumatic for her. But she found her peace. And now 20 years later, Me Too movement, right? So she has become more resilient. She's become more confident in herself and her voice. And now she's a leader or someone who could, be her own leader or start her own label if she wanted to. I don't know what she did after she left the music industry. I think she got married and had kids. But there are many examples of this. Janet Hubert from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? She got fired from the show because of Will Smith's ego and maybe her ego too. And now 30 years later, Will's saying this was the worst thing he ever did to do that because she was very talented. So there are many examples of people who will tell the truth and, suffer a lot of consequences for it, but they'll be free. They would have helped other people in the process. Even Cassie, in that situation with Diddy, she had to tell the truth and she got a lot of flack for it. A lot of, why didn't you? You could have, you should have. It was embarrassing for her, but now she's caking it up and she's free from this monster who's probably been haunting her, harassing her while he was out. Now he's in jail. So now she's free to do whatever, right? Right. Now we have great strength and the Magician. One more please. Let me clarify the great strength and the Magician. We have death, loss, and pleasure. This is 5 of Cups. You see how this got inverted? So this is everything that led up to the Three of Cups. This is everything that you're going to go through to lead up to the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands. I mentioned the devil's trying to turn this upside down. Your star power, your voice, right? Your energy, trying to invert it. Death, the Empress, Nine of Swords, despair and cruelty, Queen of Swords, perfected success. You could lose a lot, material happiness, and the World card. It's like you're going to be rewarded for this Wheel of Fortune. All of this death and despair is going to turn into prosperity and happiness. We have the Death card first, lose your job, lose your career, blackballed, being shamed and ridiculed, no money, Five of Cups, loss of pleasure, unhappy, depressed, miserable, sad, Nine of Swords, despair, cruelty, people making fun of you, talking shit about you. But then the Queen of Swords comes up. This is justice, fairness. The universe is going to reward you. You're going to become the Queen of Swords, or you're going to attract the Queen of Swords, or you'll start to embody this energy. This is justice. Then we have the Empress. You see how it changed? You go from, oh my God, what am I going to do? Nobody want to hire me. I'm blackballed, to, wait a minute. Let me take control of my life. Somehow. Let me speak the truth some more. Let me tell the whole story now. Now we got the Empress, abundance. Now we got material success, the Nine of Cups. Now we got the World card, the Ten of Cups, right? You went through material trouble. You lost. You're going to lose for this. That's what I mentioned this in the beginning. But within every challenge is an opportunity. Whatever you're losing, it wasn't a good fit for you anyway. Whatever you're losing was not a good fit for you anyway. It was holding you back in some regard. Now, you'll be grateful for the experience. It's not, especially if you have Pluto making an angular aspect to your planets. Mars, Moon, Sun, the midheaven, South Node, whatever, the ascendant, descendant, whatever the case may be, right? It's going to be intense. I'm not going to lie to you, right? But we're going to do this together. I'm going to start doing more of these readings to help those of you who want more positive messages, not delusional ones, not Pollyanna, everything's going to be perfect. No, the reality is if you start to speak truth to power, whether it's for your job or for a relationship, or you're going to go through a loss because that situation represented the devil. It represented entrapment. That's why you felt compelled to tell the truth, because it was torturing you in some way. It was messing with you energetically. You're cutting through it because it's your job and you have the courage to do this. You're not a punk. You have the courage to tell the truth, even if it causes conflict and ridicule and shame and loss. That's initially. But then you'll end up here. The Magician, Nine of Wands, great strength, established strength, abundance. The Empress here, you're going to go from the Five of Pentacles, no job, maybe no relationship, being maligned and shamed and ridiculed and made fun of, to, and confused, right? And hurt, to material happiness, Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, and then the Empress, and then the World card, and then the Ten of Cups. Where's the Ten of Cups? Oh, it's here already. You're going to have everything that you need. And you'll be grateful you did this. This is rough energy. No lie. But again, you need a support system to help you with this. I think that's one of the benefits of the social media. Not just for like BS parasocial relationships, but we can now connect with people who need to hear messages, and we don't even know these people. They're in China, or they're in the Netherlands, or they're in, Tanzania, or they're in Boston. We don't know them, but we can still reach out to them and send positive energy to them by acknowledging the situation they're in. You guys could already be here. You guys could already be at the Ten of Swords in the Death card already. But that's going to be okay. Now, I will say this. If you are in an abusive relationship and you are ready to leave that relationship and tell the truth about your situation, make sure you have a strategy and a plan in place. Do not just start talking without protecting yourself first. You don't want any unnecessary conflict or drama. Okay? If you're going to break up with somebody who's abusive, who's threatened to hurt you in the past, right? Make sure you do that far away from them. Don't tell them where you're going. Make an escape plan for yourself, okay? If you're going to be a whistleblower at your job, make sure you have some money saved up. Or you can, get a smaller place and you'll be okay for 6 months to a year, right? I mentioned earlier about having a plan. Did I mention having a plan? It depends. The plan can be straightforward. I'm going to go to HR and report this person for lying, stealing, cheating, whatever, right? Or the plan could be, okay, my boss is stealing from whatever. I'm dealing with racism. Let me stack my coins. Let me get my documentation, my paperwork. Let me get my receipts. Let me get the paper trail. Let me make sure that I have a legitimate case. That's the circuitous path, divergence to convergence, right? It's not straightforward. If you try to leave somebody, break up with them, you're not going to call them on the phone and say, F you, I'm out. No. You're going to make sure that you have a secure place to go. You have money to take care of yourself, and you've made the necessary arrangements to ensure that this person can't find you if they've threatened to hurt you in the past. Okay? So yeah, don't be reckless about it. I mentioned, speaking out from a position of honesty, of course, but also be tactful and have situational awareness. You can't have the same approach in every situation, right? A job is not the same thing as, I'm going to say this. Hold on. This could apply to whoever wants to rat out UHC, Universal Health Care. This could apply to a whistleblower at a major corporation too. I just thought about this. I don't know why it popped up. You guys may hear about whistleblowers who are in these organizations who may be forced to step down or resign. There could be some consequences to doing this, but you'll feel much better. You'll feel like you did the right thing. And I don't think you have a choice, really. I think this is your destiny with the path. This is your destiny to be a whistleblower, to tell the truth, to try to liberate people or free people or inform people in some way. Almost like Julian Assange or Edward Snowden or other whistleblowers in the past who have been punished severely for telling the truth. And this is what it is. Like, I'm not making this up. It is what it is, yo. Like, right? Julian Assange went to jail for many years. He was hunted by the government. It took him a long time to get to this point. I'm not saying it's going to be the same for you. It depends on your situation. If you're going against the government or a corporation, that's a different conversation, right? They're different. You have to plan differently or move differently if you're going up against someone really powerful. If not, then you can change your strategy accordingly or change your message accordingly, or be more tactful or be more subtle, be more strategic in your language so that you don't cause undue harm to yourself too, right? Just be aware of that, because this is gnarly energy. It is Gnarls Barkley, it is. But there's victory at the end. Okay? So again, we'll do this together. I'll do these readings frequently, at least a few times a week, right? To make sure that we're tapping in with each other. We're checking in to make sure that we're on the same level. and getting through these things together, because I don't want you guys to feel alone. I'm not going to make you or suggest you do something and then be like, F all y'all. No, this is a challenge, because you could be going up against somebody powerful, a devil. This is a major corporation. This could be your job. This could be a relationship, an abusive boyfriend, right? Who's a police officer or in the military. So just be careful, okay? Any more advice? Do I want to give more advice? We're already at 45 minutes. Spirit guides, more insight, please, for the collective as it pertains to this message. More insight for the collective. More insight for the collective. Forgiveness, insecurity, workaholic, joy, gratitude. Again, you're going to be okay about what you're doing. At some point, you'll be okay. Okay, this could be a work-related situation. There could be sexual harassment at work, possibly. Somebody may ask you for forgiveness, or you may have to ask somebody for forgiveness for not believing you. Joy is here. 3 of Cups. What's the 3 of Cups? I'm hearing D'Angelo's Prayer. It's a beautiful song from his Messiah album. It came out in 2014. So, yeah, pray for strength. Thy will be done. Kingdom come. Doesn't matter. I think you know. The 3 of Cups was here. I couldn't find it now. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you saw that earlier. So the joy is here. You're going to be happy. You're going to be happy that you did this. You may receive some sort of payout or something at the end of this the whole ordeal or something. You won't come out of this situation assed out with nothing. People may ask you for forgiveness for not believing you or trying to besmirch your name or try to ruin you financially. I don't know. It's almost like what happened with 50 Cent and Irv Gotti. 50 Cent and Irv Gotti were at war, and Irv Gotti and his brother kept blocking 50 Cent's career. They kind of blackballed him on the East Coast, and then he had to go to the West Coast. 50 Cent had to go to the West Coast with Eminem and Dr. Dre, and he became super successful, right? The gratitude and the abundance. He had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations, though, but that's okay. That's all right. You will survive. Just be strategic, be smart, be aware, be intentional, have a plan, stay focused, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for listening. If you want to order a personal reading, the link is in the description box. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.